Good morning, everybody, listeners from United States, specifically Houston, across United States, Nigeria, Africa, and around the world. Good morning. This is Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria, CEO of ONN, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International. How you doing? Hope everybody is doing good. Great morning here. Cool weather. Not. If you are joining this program, please share like never before. We are at a very trying moment, and I believe that we will go through this moment and come out stronger as a global community. Yes, this morning is to white South Africans. Yes, it became necessary to make this broadcast addressing specifically white South Africans. I want you to play back the history of how your ancestors came into South Africa in 1652. It's a naked history. And I don't want you, white South Africans, to make the same mistakes white Zimbabweans made when they were misled by Imperial Britain. Yes, driven by economics to destroy Zimbabwe. And then they made them lofty promises about heavens in the United Kingdom. A lot of them relocated, but it wasn't too long before they discovered that the United Kingdom was not the heaven that they were promised. Many of them started scampering back to Zimbabwe to start off where they left off. They ended up destroying that once very beautiful country. The same thing is about to play out in South Africa, because those who are driving the white South Africans, led by Elon Musk, are disingenuous. They want to destroy them the way the white people destroyed their life earnings while they were in Zimbabwe over a land issue that could have been addressed amicably in line with the agreement reached with the new leadership in Zimbabwe. They reneged on the land sharing formula. Why should the majority be living in abject poverty and a minority lives in opulence in their own country, on the soil of Africa? Will that happen in Europe? Will that happen elsewhere? Will that happen in the Arab world? Yes. Why should they renege? That was exactly what they did. And then they started this campaign against Robert Mugabe, the smartest and the most patriotic African leader that has existed. They demonized him, and all of us hated him. All of us, including me. I started blaming Mugabe for the position he took, to ask that Britain did the right thing by coming to the terms of their agreement so that lands will be given to poor black people, the real owners of the land, so they could farm. No, they won't have it. They mounted this campaign. The whole world was up against Zimbabwe, including Zimbabweans were up against Zimbabwe. They raised a corrupt opposition, funded him to destroy his country. And look at where Zimbabwe is right now. That was what you guys did. You want to try it in South Africa. Yes, this time the African people have become wiser. You destroyed one country, beautiful country, because of one man that was so hated, because of one man who stood up to say, no, I want justice for my people. He was not doing it because he wanted the land for himself. He was doing it because he wanted the land to be equitably distributed so that the white people will have their land, the black people will have their land. But they won't have it. A minority want to take over everything and left the people who owns the land hungry and they're starving, and then reduced to beggars. This is what Elon Musk wants for white South Africans. And you know what? It's not going to be nice unless you guys reject him and tell him back off, let us be. And then unless you people, yes, you white people in South Africa, come out to become true citizens of South Africa and not an enemy from within that we have constituted. 1652 to 1994. 1652 to 1994. In 1994, I moved from Nigeria to South Africa. I was in South Africa for 2 years. I know the sacrifices Mandela and co made to ensure that there was no reverse apartheid against the white man. Why are you guys so unfair? Elon Musk has come destroy South Africa. He should be ashamed of himself. He was born in Africa. He's a white man in Africa. The black people here who were forced here, whose ancestors were forced as slaves here, they are themselves as Americans. Why is it that the white people in South Africa don't want to see themselves as Africans? If they don't want to be there, let them leave the land. But they must not create the type of confusion that Elon Musk is trying to create using his closeness to President Donald Trump as a route to come and destabilize the already struggling country. Yes, no thanks to apartheid. I lived in South Africa for 2 years. I cried for 2 years that I was there, looking at the devastation of the black majority population. All they knew was subservience. All they knew was slavery. Yes, they were dehumanized. They were not given any access to be anything because they had believed that these people will remain eternal slaves. Yes, be fair. Reject Elon Musk. Elon Musk does not mean anything good for you. Elon Musk will reduce you like those who followed Ian Smith, destroyed the white population in Zimbabwe, made them look stupid when they made them move to Europe, and especially Britain. And they got there, they found out. And like what they are proposing here, that they will move you here to the United States. I tell you, when you come here, you'll find out the difference between the real freedom you were enjoying in South Africa and what capitalism means in the United States. So before you make that decision, you need to really do some serious studies. Because America, you are going to meet a different set of people. You are going to have a huge culture shock. Yes, you're going to meet a huge shock. When you move here, like they're promising you, they'll give you a land. There's no place like home. South Africa is your home. Accept it. Nobody, no black man hates you. We don't hate people. The black man has been victims, yes, of white slave drivers, white imperialists, white colonialists. They enslaved our people. Yes, they came back and said, okay, we can't take all of them into the New World or other parts of Europe. Now, let us colonize and enslave them in their own land. They brought colonialism. We were all slaves. My ancestors were slaves in their land in Africa. They provided cheap labor that constructed Britain, constructed Washington. Yes, they constructed Lisbon, Portugal, constructed Paris, France, constructed all of Western Europe. Who are you to come and be telling us some of the bullshit that we hear these days? Yes, then, as if that wasn't enough, okay, we have to bring about imperialism. Imperialism, yes. Colonialism. Introduce apartheid. That was how your ancestors moved. Hiding behind some biblical prophecies. Now, if you are listening to me, go and read Genesis chapter 9. Read the whole chapter. This was one of the things, one of the most popular book that those who came into South Africa in 1652 relied to claim ownership of a land that has nothing to do with Europe as their promised land. Excuse me. Yes, that was how it started. And then the story of Ham. Yes, Ham in the Bible. Yeah, I think it was in that Genesis. And how God cursed man, Ham. Ham was believed to be a black man. Who said that? Where? Where was it? Who proved that God cursed the black man? All right, so anybody can jump on him. Yeah, those were some of those fallacies that are now falling apart. And they knocked it in the heads of the black man. And our people, black man, foolishly accepted it and was preaching it in his church. That is why I don't go to church. It's lies, lies, lies. Too many lies. The same thing the Arabs did with the Quran. The target was the black man. The target was Africa and its wealth. We are tired. So this is the reason why the black man, you must seek your independence. The black man, you derailed from what Marcus Garvey taught us. You derailed. This white man, the black man of this generation, you are a failure. You are a failure. You forgot. You forgot what the pains Marcus Garvey and the rest of them suffered. Marcus Garvey was jailed here in the United States, framed up and jailed for mail fraud. It's time, black man. It is time you woke up. So, white South Africans, we don't hate you. That the hate you have in your head is your imagination. It's from guilty conscience of what your ancestors did in South Africa. Over 300 years of subjugating the black man in South Africa. Many were killed and slaughtered. Yes. Yes. Many were slaughtered in South Africa. I don't forget the Sharpeville massacre. Dogs ate the black man. The black man was treated like a trash in South Africa. And the black man in South Africa is still poor, majorly unemployed. You have a stranglehold on the South African economy. What do you want? What is it that Elon Musk wants? Why is he dragging Donald Trump into South Africa to the extent of making him make statements? Yes. Why? Why? Elon Musk lives in the United States. I love his creative ingenuity. I would think that he would have been very impactful, made some beautiful impacts in Africa if he had ever accepted that he was an African, regardless of his skin color. Yes, yes. They used all kinds of things to justify slavery. They used all kinds of things to justify the massacre of the black man. They used the Bible, they used the Quran to hold the black man down. The black man must be free. Why are they afraid? What is this thing that is scaring them? Yes. Why is it that everybody wants to beat down on black man? Why is it that everybody wants to come to Africa and take away, but they don't build Africa? This is the question we are asking. So, you white South Africans, if you don't want to live in Africa, get the hell out of the land. Leave the land for the black people who owns it. Go to Europe where your ancestors came from. But if you want to be in Africa, the best thing is accept that you are Africans. Nobody hates you. The hate that you talk about is arising from the fear of what your ancestors did and what you have tried to continue as a legacy. Yes, the legacy of subjugation, the legacy of discrimination, the legacy of racial supremacy. Apartheid, let me tell you now, apartheid is dead and buried. It will never rise again. And anybody who tries to bring it about again will be fiercely resisted, not just by only South Africans. I am talking about by the whole of Africa and the world who wants justice. Jim Brett, yes, tell them that if they continue to live in the past, yes, tell the drivers of apartheid, that apartheid is dead and buried. If they continue to live in the past, we are not going to live in that past with them. We have moved forward. South Africa has been liberated, and it should remain so. So I don't know what you mean by living in the past. If living in the past is to support the continued discrimination of against black people in South Africa, I disagree with you. If it means denying them access to opportunity, I disagree with you. If it means that everybody should be treated and respected as human beings made by the same Almighty God that we talk about as our God, then I will agree with you. Anything short of that, I disagree with you. How would you feel if apartheid was reversed? The black man now started subjugating the white people in South Africa. Do you know what they have conditioned the black man in South Africa to hate fellow black people who come to South Africa? But the white people are bringing white people from America, from Britain, from everywhere. The son of Patrick Thatcher lived in South Africa, from where he was organizing to overthrow governments in Africa, and nobody touched him. Nobody touched him. Who said that the white man is better than the black man? Who said that the white man or the Arab is superior to the black man? That is what we want to level. We have been in the same classes with you. We have done a lot of things you are not. The legacy that the white man has is the legacy of his ancestors who came into Africa to create slavery, who created colonialism, who created imperialism. Yes, and now they created globalization, all at the detriment, to the detriment of the African people. Yes. Why are we having trouble in Niger? Why are we having trouble in Burkina Faso? Why are we having trouble in all the French colonies? Why are we having a lot of troubles in Nigeria? Why is the war raging in Congo? We are not talking about the reason the war is happening in Congo. Whose companies are coming to exploit minerals in Congo and taking it to develop their own economies? They arm the Congolese, arm African people to be destroying themselves. Why is that nobody is talking about it? You guys don't talk about it. You cannot continue to subjugate the black man. That is why we are telling you now, we are in a dangerous century. The century of information. The century of awareness. The black man has increasingly gotten self-aware. Let him be. We will share with you what we have in Africa. But you will not come and be telling us how Africa will be managed. You did that in the past, and it was a disaster to this date. Yes, we cannot have over 1.5 billion people in Africa who live in abject poverty. Amidst their resources, I am talking about over 45% of the earth's resources reside in Africa. We don't have anything to show for it as the owners of the resources. Who the hell? Why must we continue to be like that? We will not. That is why we are talking now. That is why we are talking. You remember what Bob Marley said? From the speech of Emperor Haile Selassie made at the United Nations General Assembly in 1963, September 1963. He said, until the philosophy which hold one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned. Well, everywhere is war. Me say war. And until this is global and unhappy region that hold our brothers in South Africa, yeah. You hear that? Yes. Listen. Listen. The African people have taken more than enough. No race on earth can stand what the African people stood. through 5 major things. Yes, no race on earth can stand and still be okay. We are not okay. They told us that we are free, but we are still chained in poverty. How long? Where did God give anybody any right or group of people or any race the power over the others? Yes. Where was it? That is why I don't go to church. You messed up the Bible. You use the Bible to justify all kinds of evil against the black man. You call this black man, you made us believe that we are the Satan, that black man is black. Satan is a black man. And our people accepted it. And the pastors in Africa preach it to their own people. So they sowed that seed. And our people have been hammering it. Yes. Yes. Validating the fraud against our people by the Arabs and the white oppressors who created the confusion around the world. Why can't we be tired? Why can't we build a world where all of us will enjoy the beauty of what God gave to us to enjoy it? He said, God did not tell us to die and go to heaven. Even we have to suffer on earth, where everything is. God made everything beautiful. You create this schism to tell us that we have to die first before we can go to heaven. But you create heaven out of what you stole from us. And then we live in the hell on earth. Our reward is in heaven. We only have to die before we can go. That concept of heaven that you create is a lie. You know that it's a farce. God said, I'm a Rasta man, live in heaven. That's what he said. Live in heaven. He provided everything for us to make the earth a heaven. But you gave a wrong construct that gave us this big picture of a heaven that we don't know. We have to know the heaven here because God made here a heaven first. You are liars. We are not going to continue to allow you lie to us. So South African whites, we don't have no problem with you. You killed our people for 300 and something years. And then came moment of accommodation. We reached a settlement. We said, okay, let's build one country called Rainbow Country. South Africa is a rainbow country. We accepted it. I was there. I used to hear, when I turn on my TV, I hear, Simoye, we are one. Why are you refusing to be Africans? Why are you refusing to... you think Europe has nothing to give to you? Europe will never. In the first place, they don't have the land to give to you. That was why they ran. Your ancestors came. What? Britain cannot accommodate you. Where is the land? Where is the land in France that will accommodate you? Yes, the people who are promising to move you en masse, they will only. I tell you, if you come to the United States, it will take you 90 days to understand, to find out that all the things that they have been telling you is bullshit. You have to work here. You don't have the opportunity to have black people as maids in your house because you cannot afford them. When you come here, they're gonna be charging you by the hour. Yes. Yes, you can bring them. You can bring them to the United States. But I know if it is the same United States that I have lived in for 30 years, I know that there ain't nothing free in America. Tell me, ain't nothing free in America. I live here, man. I love it. I live here. I have my children here. I've lived here for 30 years. But you gotta work. You gotta work. They are in South Africa enjoying everything for free. And somebody, Elon Musk, want to send them to hell. Like they sent the Zimbabwean whites to hell in Britain. When they got to Britain, they found out that it wasn't the same. Did anybody tell them to start going back? They started crying. And they started going back. Move. If you move, Africans will take their land. There are a lot of Africans looking for where to go. I tell Nigerians will move there and take your land. So advise yourselves. Elon Musk is a bad messenger. I love him for one thing, his creative ingenuity. If I were him, Let him focus on that. If he hates Africa so much, let him stay, put his ass here where he is, do whatever he wants to do. But don't drag President Trump into Africa, because that will create a really big problem. Seriously. Yes, we have no. I started seeing South African government now reacting. There was no need for South Africa to be on the menu. No, there's no, absolutely no. You know, you are going to generate a reaction from across Africa and even beyond. Yes. So, Donald Trump, President Trump, please advise yourself. Let Elon Musk push him aside. Americans did not elect Elon Musk as their president. It was you that they elected. Don't let that Elon Musk guy mislead you. Whatever business you have to do with him, you give him an assignment as president, great. Let him fulfill on his assignment. But please, sir, take your hands away from South Africa, because South Africa is an injury. Yeah, a new injury that has not completely healed. Very, very new injury. Do not excavate that injury. It's so fresh. What happened there is so fresh. Please, sir, tell Americans, black, white, Indians, Chinese, everybody, please stand up and tell President Trump not to allow Elon Musk to drag him into anything with South Africa. For real, because the whole world will react. Yes, you know, America was the last to let go of apartheid in South Africa. Once America decided that it was over, apartheid crumbled. So don't reverse the work, the great work of those who made this happen. Please, sir. Please, sir. I know you are a friend of Elon Musk. This one, Africans are looking for who will help Africa. Yes, who will not just help. We are not needing help. We have all the resources. We treat us as equal partners. We will do business with you. We will do business with you. We will companies in Africa, not just come and take and then leave the people hungry and poor, and then you come and take. No, we're not settling for that. That is why there's a lot of rebellion right now going on in Africa, especially in the French colonies. Yes, a lot of it. And I know it's going to spread all over Africa. Because our ancestors were abused. Our ancestors were enslaved. Our countries were colonized. Yes, and they bring imperialism. They instituted apartheid. Now we are dealing with globalization. And in all of this, we are victims. In all of this, we are victims. When are we going to benefit from the resources of Africa? Yes, when are we going to benefit from it? You guys have been so unfair. That is why we are having problems. That is why a lot of people are rebelling now. That is why you created people. There are people who are angry right now. Yes, you created them because you are unfair. So, white South Africans, please, I am begging you. We love you. We don't hate you. Nobody hates you. The hate that you ride on is because of the fear of what your ancestors did. You must not continue that legacy. Accept South Africa as your country. Come out and join the black people to build a real country. That is what. No, when we talk begging, it's not like I'm begging that. We don't need anything from them. If they want to leave, let them leave. Yes. Let them leave. Yes. Yes, our people still live in mud huts. That is fine. We love our mud huts. All right? But we don't want colonialists. We don't want haters. We don't want people who will treat us less than human. We love our mud. So what? But I'm not going to take you on that. All right? All right? That is fine. But leave us alone. Let us develop. We were fractured as a people. Yes. We were the first civilization. Let us live. Let us be who we are. And then the distractions that you people brought, your ancestors brought a lot of distractions. It carted over 20 million Africans away. Over 12 million died, perished in the Atlantic. The Arabs took Africans for 700 years. 700 years. 700 years. I don't even know why people still don't forget all this in a hurry. The black man suffers from amnesia. He forgets his pains of yesterday. Yes. 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 Joshua Smeder. Okay, this shit happened like 400 years ago. When are you going to wake up? I am not waking up because people like you are insincere, you are unjust, you are still practicing emotional Jim Crow system, so you are the ones who rile us. If we become extreme, you are the reason. So when are you going to be fair? Yes, that's what I'm saying. When are you going to be fair? You have no right to come to tell us what we should be when you are not willing to make any adjustment. Now we are standing to you toe to toe, head to head. Respect us. That is what we are asking. Respect us. That is what we are asking. Yes, we will fight and fight and fight until we become truly independent. Yes, that is what we are asking, and we are getting it. So 2 million Elon Musk will not change that. 200 million Elon Musk will not change that. Africa for Africans. Yes, Africa for Africans. Africans will drive their destiny. Why are you afraid of Africans driving their destiny? Yes, why you? Why do you think the Africans will continue to be ball boys to you? All right, the whipping people. Yeah, we have 1.5 billion people, 70% of whom are youths. They need jobs. They need to tap into the opportunities that exist in Africa. We need our abundant mineral and natural resources to be applied for the good of Africa, and not for anybody who comes from outside to steal and take them, and then come back and tell us you are giving us aid. Give me aid for what? From what you stole from me? Are you crazy? So that is why we are asking these questions. You are going to see more Marcus Garveys all over Africa. Watch and see. There's an African revolution. It has already started. I hope you are hearing about Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore. Yes, you hear him? All right. You are hearing from the guy in Niger. You are hearing from the young man in Senegal. You are hearing from the guy in Mali, and a lot more that are coming. They will come, because this is a moment, this is a century for question. Yes, you love Elon Musk. I don't hate him. I don't hate him, but tell him to back off from what he's doing in South Africa, because that is not going to help his case. That is what we are saying. So, thank you. Thank you. Elon Musk is a true African American. Ask Elon Musk. I would like to have him on my show. I will ask him the question, are you an African? Does he believe that he's African? He doesn't believe that he's an African. So a man who does not believe where he was born, because he thinks he has a white skin color, yes, cannot be a man to tell me what to do. He should be ashamed of himself that Africa is where it is, with all the money that he claims that he has. What is he doing in Africa? Ask him. What is he doing in Africa? They are coming. Who are the companies coming to steal in Congo? Where is the gold, the diamond, and the elephant tusk that is being stolen from Congo? Where do they go to? What happened to Liberia? Look at what they did in Liberia. They destroyed that country. What happened in Sierra Leone? They destroyed that. Who are those? Who sponsored the destruction of Liberia? Who sponsored the destruction of Sierra Leone? Who sponsored the destruction of Rwanda? Rwanda was so bad. They knew all that was going to happen. They allowed 1 million people perish in Rwanda. You guys, you haters, you imperialists, you colonialists are so wicked and evil. So stop. That is what we are asking you. We don't hate no one. Yeah, people sing bad songs. People sing bad songs because of their experiences. We have suffered enough. Let the world be fair. Equal rights and justice is all we are seeking. We are not killing anybody. Have you seen Africa gone anywhere to colonize it? Have you tell me one place that Africans have colonized? Have you seen any African in China taking things en masse from China? Why are African companies not building roads in America? Why are they not building roads in China? Why is it that it's only Africa? Everybody wants to come and help Africa. We don't need that help anymore. Let Africa be. Yes. White South Africans, quite frankly, I'm a black man. I've traveled the world. I live here. We don't trouble people. We don't hate people. We don't have that culture of hate. We don't see or treat any people less than who they are. In fact, what I have come to understand it, we have been our mind have been so skewed that we hate our own selves, but love people who come from outside to oppress us. They set us against one another. Yes, to destroy ourselves. They arm us. We don't produce guns. We don't produce rocket-propelled grenades. We don't produce AK-47 in Africa. But they hand it over to us. We start shooting ourselves. Every bullet fired grows the economy of the country where the bullet was produced. Every AK-47 we purchase grows the economy. But we are dying. Our resources are dying. Our children are becoming orphans and suffering and becoming hopeless and helpless. And then for people to come, yes, thank God for what Donald Trump did to stop the foreign aid NGOs who rob American taxpayers, then steal money from the American system, go to one African village, look for people who are hungry, put them on CNN and show them that Africans are suffering. They don't go to the places where Africa is doing well. They go to a place where there is horror, where they created war that destroyed the people. And then children who are captives of war are arraigned. They use that to steal money from the United States. Donald Trump, thank you for canceling that US aid thing. And they go there, some of the drivers of this fund come to Africa and be supporting terrorism. Yes, they fund. This is what France did in Nigeria with Boko Haram. They are behind the terrorist organizations shooting up Nigeria right now. We are tired. That is why we need the right type of leadership. They put puppets all over Africa as leaders and then expect us to be quiet because we are these people. No, we are not all stupid. So this is why we are working on our people. We are going to be telling them the truth, and they're already beginning to know. Ask yourselves, why? I come from a country, the north of my country, 87% of the people who live there are poor. Yes. And all the aids that come from Imperial Europe, including America, goes to the north of Nigeria. What are they funding? And the people that are doing this, they are the terrorists. They don't hold them accountable. They use them to destabilize our country. We are tired of it. So this is the reason we are rising up. This is the reason we are speaking right now. Yes, it's time for Africa and Africans to rise. We cannot continue to be in this university from which we can never graduate. Now we have graduated. Let us go back and make our mistakes. All the countries that became great, including the United States, made a lot of mistakes. There was a lot of problems before they started getting it right. The determination is what we need to grow and be truly independent. We can do it. We can do it. Yes, West Blake, I go home all the time. Where is your home? Let me ask you. Where is your home, Mr. West Blake? Tell me. Huh? Yes, where is your home? Where is your home? I want to ask you, are you from Uganda? You are not speaking like somebody who is from Uganda. If you are from Uganda, then you are a slave because you have no brain. Yes. If you are from Uganda, you must be a slave. And you must be one of those who are lost that we are looking for. So we will rehabilitate you mentally. All right? Oh, you are from Uganda and you are gay. May God help you. and your gay business. But I hope you don't say it to where President Museveni is. If you are Uganda, Donald Trump will not like you too. All right? But I know you are not from Uganda, because Uganda does not tolerate what do they call them? Gay people. You will go to jail. They will find another gay man for you and tell you, make him pregnant, and then we will release you. You are sick, man. All right. Hey, man, it's such a great pleasure. I love the diversity. I love everything, all the comments that you guys made. I'm going to take my time to go back and read and respond to as many as possible. But if you truly love Africa, keep this message moving. Share it with people. And I want to reassure white South Africans. I did have friends who are white when I was in South Africa. There was this young man. Let me share a story. I'm a nurse. I worked at Bethel Hospital in Mpumalanga. Yes. When I got there, there was this young guy. His name was Vota. I wish Vota could be listening to me. Smart. You know, we became very good friends later. But I made him cry because he thought his skin color was all that could take him everywhere. But I broke him down and let him know, one, I am a Nigerian. Two, I am not a black man that you can trash. So he was a student nurse. I was the deputy director of the emergency department. And there were a lot of Cuban doctors. You know, in my area of orthopedics, I was actually putting the Cuban doctors through because they did not have any experience in orthopedics. Yes. Here comes a voter. He was a student. He was supposed to be a student under me. But he didn't like to be a student under a black man. And without me, as his preceptor, signing off on his skills, he would never graduate. He found it so difficult to believe that he was being subjected to my leadership. He went, complained to the director of nursing, Mrs. Laboskakne. Yes. And this was at the time Apartheid died. So he could not believe that Apartheid died. And then he was subjected to the leadership, to the mentorship of a black man. So it was time. Voter was not he was trying to be obstinate, not taking my instructions. So I asked him, I said, okay, you know you're a student, right? You can't graduate without my signature signing you off. So if you lived in the past in South Africa, this is a new dawn. This is a new reality. You got to wake up. He became red. He went and told Mrs. Laboskakne. Mrs. Laboskakne used to call me, Mr. Ayaya. I would love to have a discussion with you. I said, okay. So I went to her office. I sat down. And she told me, you know, we are going through a new phase in our country's life. I said, yes, I do understand that. And then I said, okay, what do you want me to do? He said, I'm talking to you about voter. He came to talk to me about you. I said, okay, so do you want to sign off on his skills? And then you want to stand by it that you are the one who did it? You are not the one who supervised his work. You want to sign off on it? He said, no, that's not what I'm trying to say. I am trying to... So she could not put it across to me that I should slow down for voter. I told her, voter is a student here under me, and I'm the one watching over him, his skills. So if the time comes for me to sign off on him, you're not going to force me to sign that he was good, when in fact he was not. So you need to talk to him. That South Africa has moved from apartheid to multiracial democracy. Profession here, you know, it happens to be a white-only hospital, previously a white-only hospital. So I told him, you need to go and talk to voter. He's the one who has the problem. I am not the one having a problem accepting him. He's a junior person. What he's doing right now, I did it many years ago. He needs me more than I need him. I don't need him. So he went and talked to him. And then voter came the following day. And then he said, okay, I want to work with you. I want to work under you. He cried. Voter cried. I told him. I said, yeah, I know you are coming out from apartheid system where you had to authorize the movement of a black man from one city to the other. I said, now that has changed. I am from Nigeria in the first place. Yes, we went through colonialism, but I am not inferior to any white man or any race. I am as good, if not better. So you have to understand that. Now, he picked up interest trying to study in Nigerian and all that. And a lot of Nigerians came to me, through me, to that hospital. Yes. That was how he started revealing a lot of things that they put in their heads. Yes, to support the white supremacy in South Africa at the time. Voter cried like a baby. I told him, I've forgiven you. You don't know because you are ignorant. So I guess that is the same problem Elon Musk is having. He brought that to the wrong place in the United States where people fought and fought and fought. People died for the liberty that Americans enjoy today, both black and white. Yes, both Asians, Chinese, and everybody. People sacrificed for where we are. So Elon Musk cannot. Elon Musk, I wish people would share this message until it gets to him. He cannot wake up apartheid in South Africa. Apartheid died completely and was buried in 1994. It will never rise again. Never, ever. I trust that it will never rise again. No matter what stages they put us through, no matter how they come, apartheid in South Africa is dead. And apartheid anywhere on the soil of Africa will die. All right? So let's treat one another with respect. And this channel is a channel for global peace, security, and justice. That is why we speak. We are not afraid of anybody. We will not offend the people. We're not going to say the wrong thing to people. But don't say wrong things to us. If you say anything terrible to me, I have a right to self-defense. It's universal. It is biological. It is spiritual. And it's God approved. Stop. Let us respect one another. God created. There's only one humanity. That humanity is just the human race. So why anything that is otherwise is the creation of man? Yes. Yes. Mr. Blake, he said he's gay. I did not tell him he's gay. He was the one who identified. Was it you? Yes. Yes. He said he's gay. And he said he's from Uganda. And I told him Uganda does not tolerate gay people. That's all I told him. And America right now under Donald Trump does not tolerate gay people. So how is that an offense? Yes. Okay. Well, whatever you said, go back because I can pull back your statement and send it back to you. You know what you said, that made me react to you. So that's why it is very important. Be careful of what you say to people. Don't come here to disrespect me because I'm telling you the truth. Some of you guys who are still a little bit of people who are still driven by racial supremacy, you must wake up now. The world is fast changing. The world is changing. Get out of that prison of racism because it ain't going to lead you anywhere. But the reaction, fierce reaction. Racists cannot drive the earth. Yes, we are one God's people. Let's respect one another. And you know what? Every man on earth started from Africa. So if your history, I don't know who taught you history, if they didn't teach you that history, you have some elements of your DNA has to do with Africa. So this is why the whole world must respect Africa and not trash her like they have been trashing her. Now that's why, since we are the original, we are there, we are going to defend our continent. Yes, you are our brothers, we love you, but you hate us. You must stop. Why are you hating us? Why do you hate Africans? Why? Your ancestors killed a lot of Africans, and some of you are still killing Africans. You are hurting them, saying hurtful things to them, make them look like they are less than human beings. But we are telling you now that the new generation of Africans that is coming, they are not going to take any bullshit. We want respect just as much as we respect everybody. Show us respect, we show you love. God bless all of you. And please, if you just joined for the very first time, please subscribe to our channel. Even if you don't even agree with me, maybe along the line. And that is why we have conversation. It's an ongoing thing. If along the line we continue to discuss, you may find me somebody that you like. You know that I'm speaking the truth. I am not lying. I am not a hypocrite. And I'm not scared of anyone. Yes, because I'm speaking the truth. It doesn't matter. You can tell me anything. You can tell me go to Africa. But if you are a European here telling me to go back to Africa, you must go to Europe first. And leave the land for Indians who own it. How about that? So you have no right to tell me to go to Africa. You have no right. If you are a European who came here, whose ancestors came from Europe, then you must relocate first before you tell me to relocate. My ancestors were forced here. They didn't want to come. They put shackles around their necks and took them through Ghana, took them through Nigeria, took them through Senegal. And then they built a gate of no return. Yes, go there, you will cry. And all of you need to come to Africa. So you see what your ancestors did. Maybe that will break you down and stop this evil that you want to continue to perpetrate. Stop. The moment to stop is now. Let's build one world. Driven by what? Peace, justice, equality, and respect for all. Good morning, and I will see you in my next broadcast. I had fun doing this, and I'm very happy that I did it. And again, before I leave, I tell white South Africans, I tell you this, I have a lot of you as friends. When I was there, I met quite a few here. Actually, there's a professor, my brother, Johan, my greatest brother here. Yes, Johan, I talk to him from South Africa. We talk, swipe. Yes, talk. I'm sure maybe I'm going to send him this. So I show him. We have a clear understanding of who we are. Accept Africa. Be the African. Nobody hates you. The black man does not really hate people. I'm telling you. If the black man learned anything about hate, he was taught how to hate himself. Yes, self-hate is our greatest problem. The greatest problem of the black man, self-hate. We hate ourselves. And that is why people from outside are able to easily divide us. Yes, they made us believe that anything white or Arab is better than us. And it's a lie. It has been proven. So I refer everybody to go to Genesis to see how people validated evil. Yes, using the Bible. I read the Bible as a Rasta man, but I don't go to church. I don't because it's a house of deceit. And now it's getting, especially in Africa, they use it to exploit the people, exploit them mentally, exploit them financially, and exploit them materially because they are not preaching the right gospel of the Almighty God. I love God. I don't serve anything. I love the Almighty God, but not through the church, not through the mosque, because the truth is not in any of these places. It's like a business set up. And now they keep the African faces as the drivers. Majority of them don't even know what they're driving. I don't want to be in their vehicle. I'm a free Rastaman, driven by peace, through justice. No hate, no mischief, no jealousy, no bigotry, and no hypocrisy. Good morning, and I love you all. Bye for now.